2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
The Staples Center filled to capacity. Big Game 3 of the Western Conference semifinals getting going right now. Thanks for tuning in. 2K Sports presents the NBA. Joined now by Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and our sideline reporter David Aldridge. This is Kevin Harlan. With us tonight, one of the quickest players in league history, Kenny the Jet Smith. I almost feel like I should say your name fast, because that's the way you played the game.
Well, thanks for having me.
Yeah, well, it's good to have you.
But is the show going to be fast? Because I heard like it's a little bit less time down here than it is up top.
Well, I think it goes by so quickly.
It's not quite jet quick, but it does play with some pace.
Because when you guys are home sleeping, we're still on the edge.
Yeah.
I just want you to know that.
That is true.
That
is true.
We might be having a teeth or two after.
There it is.
There
it is.
And that is true.
Whatever that is.
You look at the Clippers. They need the boost here from the hometown fans, trailing 2-0. It is critical for them to start to edge back into the series.
And an opportunity here to change the momentum of this series. The odds are stacked against them after losing those first two on the road. But now in their building, their fans, it's their chance to get back into it.
Here are the starters for Montreal. Ilyasova out there with Green. Then it's Brook Lopez. And it's Dinwiddie in at the one.
Such a massive guy. Cousins is a wrecking ball in the glass.
Here's Green, following the basket by DeMarcus Cousins. Sinks the triple. And every team needs a go-to scorer late in close games. Kenny, when you think about your list of what qualities are essential to be that guy in crunch time, what are they?
I think to be a great crunch time player is to not look at it as crunch time. It's like, these are the shots that I would take regardless of the situation. I think LeBron got criticized for that early in his career when he would pass up shots. But he takes the same shot regardless of the situation, which makes it more comfortable.
I would have to agree with that. The other thing, too, as the game has changed, I think your ability to be able to set up the shot, to Kenny's point. Like because the court's open now, right? It's not as physical, so if I can move without it and get to my sweet spots. And I think that also helps you to be able to finish in rhythm.
So it's the Clippers now. After Montreal picked up 3 with their last shot, the 3 from George. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2. The NBA definitely is a global product, and at the same time, Commissioner Silver reaffirming the league's American values of free speech. Some people off guard, perhaps. It's not always easy, is it?
Well, he's got the most difficult job, and you got to give the commissioner a lot of credit, staying true to who he is and what he feels the league is about, and able to tell that story to the world, and not just here nationally, but internationally.
Sacrificed money that was coming into the league for values that he thought were important.
Bottom line, freedom is not free.
And the 3 ball is good.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
And the Clippers decide to take their first timeout here.
Adjustments are a part of the game, and the coach sees something he doesn't like here.
Yeah, I like the chess match that's going on here. Each team trying to find and exploit the favorable matchup on the floor.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Morris outside, and it's Rajon Rondo with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. How about that strong defensive performance for this half's Mobile 1 block?
And you've got to take your defense up a notch in the playoffs. He takes it up about 3 notches on that block.
Now here's Crawford, and there's the pass to Henson. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Knocks down the 3 ball.
Well, yeah, Morris is just a tremendous shooter. He has great touch from beyond the arc.
Montreal trails by 3. Brooks from outside, and it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
Let's talk about it. The great competition going on. That's what makes a matchup like this so much fun to watch.
Now here's Crawford. All alone. No good that time.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Lopez outside from downtown. They get it back. Brissett passes to Brooks. Fires the three. Rondo's shot is off. And here we go with Morris running it up the court. Crawford, no one around him. And the three off target. Out to Brooks. The tray. Sinks the three-pointer. Brooks has got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for Montreal.
You see the confidence rising? I mean, when Brooks is firing away like this, keep feeding him.
And that concludes a back-and-forth high-scoring. And we return again with more playoff action from the Western Conference semifinals. And from what you've seen from Montreal, guys, what do you think?
Just a terrific first quarter, sparked really by their unselfishness.
Oh, yeah. Love the ball movement so far. Everything clicking at the offensive end.
Well, Kenny, you played with so many all-time great players, one of which was Hakeem the Dream Olajuwon. He was a good one. Do you think we'll ever see another one just like the Dream?
I don't think so. He was so unique. His ability, his footwork, his timing. He led the league in top 10 in 5 categories one time.
Isn't that amazing?
5 categories.
That's incredible.
Offensively and defensive categories. It's unbelievable. Just a dominant force.
If you think about him, he is what the modern game is today. He was the one guy in his era who played the way bigs can play today.
It's a good thought. Morris is out there with John Henson. And there's Jackson, and it's Crawford, and it's Zubats in at the center position. That's who's out there for the Clippers.
Well, for a point guard, despite shaky range, Rondo has a pretty good field goal percentage for his career. A lot of that is shot selection.
And the three-pointer, something that's exploded in importance the last half-decade. Kenny, do you feel you would have played differently if you came into the league today?
Without question. Because, Greg, I was probably, if you told me I could get 30 points or 20 assists, I would have said 30 points. I was that type of mentality. I liked scoring because scoring came easier to me. Finding people didn't come as easy. So I would have loved to play in this era where I don't have to think about getting you the ball as much. I would have loved that.
And honestly, the passing lanes are bigger because the court is more space.
Yes,
like so, if you shoot it, like we talk about, your ability to shoot it at a high level makes the game easier.
Yeah.
Because now guys, the pump, you can lift your head, they're jumping out of position. You know, they're guarding the three-point line tighter, so you have more room to operate.
And that one's good. Brooks.
And sometimes it seems Brooks is better at scoring like this. I mean, he enjoys overcoming challenges.
That one's good, and the Montreal lead is cut down to 2 as they get the bucket from Leonard.
His offensive skill set is off the charts. He has more than a few ways to punish.
Smith for 3. The rebound by Ibaka. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. George, no good. And so it's Montreal now. Puts up a 3. Buries it from three-point range. Dinwiddie's got 6 points.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those three-point attempts.
Stolen by Brooks. And they're pushing it up. Jacks up a 3. And another 3 for Montreal.
He's doing some good work from long range. I mean, he had 2 threes in the first quarter, and now he's got 1 in the second.
And Kenny, great to have you on the show as always. You got to come back soon. Promise us you'll come back soon.
I'm coming back next week.
Good.
I am not.
Good.
There's more food down here. It's friendly about here. It's more room, man. I can't wait to be here.
A little more air.
Everything, man. Everything's more down here.
And C-Web, what can you say? Kenny Smith never one to pull any punches when he's talking about basketball. Or anything, for that matter.
Yeah, definitely. And he was such an integral piece to those Hakeem Olajuwon championship teams there in Houston.
Pass to Cousins. That's in, coming off an assist from Peyton.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Passes it to Ilyasova. Some nice passing by Montreal here. From deep, Green. A three-pointer is right on target. Green's got the lead up to 10 now for Montreal.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
Outside, George. And this is his second trip to the line in the game. And he knocks down the first one.
And, you know, you go back to that horrific leg injury in Vegas back in 2014, and Paul George hasn't just made it back to the NBA. He's come back a better player.
Zubats is checked in for the Clippers. Marcus Morris comes in for Serge Ibaka. Brook Lopez is checked in for Montreal. Hondo comes in for Smith.
And hustle paying off there for George in the open court. Gets up court in a flash and finishes before the D can even react.
Ilyasova can't hit. And now running up the court. Leonard pushing it up. Look at that.
And putting his explosive athleticism on full display there. George is capable of some highlight reel dunks. Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. Both free throws good from Lopez.
His free throw shooting is something they never need to worry about. He doesn't even know how to go through a cold streak.
Here's Zubats. And it's in. Oh, wow, he nails the buzzer beater. And a close game so far through the first two quarters as we reach halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. SR, well, for Montreal, they have taken care of business in the first two games, but they got a fight on their... And now with the second half about to get underway.
And we're back with you, all set to bring you more action from Game 3. You look at Paul George in this game, guys, he's been everywhere.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And as they can't slow him down, you know what you do? You keep feeding them and feeding them and feeding them. This is the right game plan.
On the court right now for Montreal, they've got Brook Lopez, Ilyasova out there with Green, and it's Poole in at the two-guard spot. Down low, here's Cousins, and then Cousins with the dunk.
And it's all about post position for Cousins. I mean, once he has it, the defense is tough.
And that one's good by Lopez.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
You'd like to see a little more energy coming out of halftime on the defensive end.
George against Ilyasova, and it's sent back by Lopez.
And having to be careful around Lopez, he's solid at timing when to leap up to block shots.
And another three for Montreal.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Leonard looking around. That one wide left. Montreal leading by 10. Pass to Dinwiddie, and stolen by Payton. And oh, here we go with George. Nobody back. And it's George finishing it off.
And guys, when George gets cooking, you are in for a long night. He's just fantastic at finding different ways to score.
Montreal calls timeout.
And team strategies closely guarded. One aspect of the game the fans aren't always privy to.
Yeah, and sometimes it's the most subtle moves that make the biggest difference.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Crawford comes in for DeMarcus Cousins. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Payton. And then for Montreal, Brissett's checked in. And Brooks subbed in for Danny Green.
There you see why you want the ball in Jackson's hands as much as possible. He can clearly set the table.
Brooks outside. This one for 3. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Dinwiddie's got 4 assists now tonight.
Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
And the foul on Dennis Smith Jr. That's foul number 2 for him. And Los Angeles with some changes. Ivica Zubats has checked in for Serge Ibaka. And Morris subbed in for George. And a chance there to look back at the stunning Mobile 1 block a moment ago.
And bringing that postseason intensity so key. These plays can change the trajectory of a game.
And so Brooks will bring it up for Montreal. Kicks it out to Dinwiddie. It's Reggie Jackson with the rebound.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Yeah, and I have too, which is why they're okay with it. I'm sure if he gets that kind of look again, he's going to let it fly again.
Brissett's shot is good.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Jackson down low. Lopez covering. Smith outside. Drains the three-pointer. Smith's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Yeah, and they aren't just chucking up anything. I mean, they're doing a great job of creating quality looks.
Yeah, I love the court awareness from Kawhi there. Dependable at getting it to his uncovered teammates.
Smith for three. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got his fourth rebound in this one. There's Crawford with the three. It's rebounded by Montreal. And here comes Smith leading the fast break. Count that one. Smith's got his second bucket of the night.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Jackson passes to Leonard. Up and in on the layup. Leonard's got 10.
And he's got the athleticism and strength to be a powerful presence inside. Leonard never afraid to get in and mix it up down low.
Open shot. Crawford. No good there. And so it's Montreal. 13 points up at the end of the period. They have been sharp from beyond the arc, putting on a terrific three-point shooting display. Back right after this. And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. Clippers trail by 13. Elfrid Payton is out there with Paul George. Then it's John Henson. Then it's Marcus Morris. And it's Cousins in at the 5, roaming the paint. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers.
And now 6 straight points here coming on the inside.
Here's Rondo. That one goes in. And Montreal leads by 13.
Well, a guy that simply brings toughness to the hardwood. Rondo, he isn't bothered by a little contact.
From deep, George. It's rebounded by Montreal. Ilyasova's got his fourth rebound in this one. And Green gets it to go.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yeah, you can tell they love to get out and run when the opportunity is there.
George, that's a two-pointer. They grab their own miss. Cousins. Outside, George. Here's Cousins. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket.
Oh, the body control of Cousins. Knows how to get hit and still finish off the shot.
Jackson finds Green. Some nice passing by Montreal here. And it's out of bounds to Montreal. They'll retain possession. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for the Clippers. There's Green with the three. Hits it from three-point range. Green's got 5 points now this quarter.
And those aren't the type of three-point opportunities that you can allow in the NBA.
And George. Oh, that was a strong dunk.
That's why you go hard. And I just love the aggressiveness from George. Just slicing apart the defense with that terrific ability to penetrate.
And the wide-open shot from Morris. That's in, coming off an assist from Payton. Payton's got 3 assists in the game. Montreal leading by 11. There's Green with the three. It doesn't go for him.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe.
A guy with George's focus can shrug off the contact. He won't let the defender disrupt his rhythm.
Leonard, he's checked in for Morris. Montreal calls timeout. They're ahead by 8. There's 1:54 left in the fourth quarter of this one. And now, let's take a look at the New Balance Player of the Game, Dylan Brooks.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant motion, creating a lot of good looks for himself. But still, even when you're wide open, you expect to miss some of the time. And that has not been the case here tonight. This guy has made everything.
And Greg, to play like he has under the most intense circumstances here in the playoffs makes it all the more remarkable. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, Montreal's head coach talked to his team during that timeout. His key message was, don't get comfortable. Those guys are going to come at us with everything they've got. Let's bring the intensity and stay focused on every possession. Kevin, back to you.
Thanks so much, David. Nice shot by Rondo.
And the fans are so fired up after that triple that trimmed the lead at the other end. And now they are stunned.
Now, here is George. Tight defense on him. He dishes it to Cousins. The shot's good on the assist by George. Cousins has got 4 this quarter.
You have to commend the attitude of Cousins, demanding the ball so he can deliver the big basket.
Cool, no good. And it's the Clippers' ball. They're on a 17-6 run. Gets the first, that narrows the lead down to just 3.
And the 6'4", 185-pound Payton certainly has a unique skill set. Also wants to keep improving as a leader.
And Montreal making a change here. Dinwiddie's checked in. Gets the 3 to fall.
Timeout.
And those are the types of shots down the stretch that win you ball games.
And the Clippers call time here. They trail by 5. There's 53 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Payton passes to Ibaka. And here's George. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That's on Brook Lopez.
And the defense knows George can score from there, which is what forces them to kind of compromise at times defensively.
And both free throws good for Paul George.
Clutch. Those free throws turn this into a one-possession ball game.
Here's Dinwiddie. And another 3 for Montreal.
He's found his rhythm from deep, and you can see the confidence.
The basket looks as big as the ocean right now. I mean, that's how easy he's making it look.
Now, here's George. Defense is right there. Here's Ibaka. George trying to break free. Oh, and he misses the dunk. And so they foul intentionally. And now they decide to foul intentionally. And the first of 2, no good. Heartbreaker. And he does get the second one. And that makes it a 7-point lead. And the Clippers call time here. They're trailing by 7. 20 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. $20 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Morris, no good. House, the pass to Marjanovic. The 15-footer. The shot by House is no good. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. A 3 from Morris. Doesn't get it to drop for him. So we see Montreal get the win here. You have to think at this point, up 3-zip. It's only a matter of time now, Greg, until this series is in the books.